Good grief. Wow. Let me see the audio real quick. That is so crunchy looking. Oh my lord. Okay, never mind. It's actually pretty decent on the actual stream rather than a preview I'm looking at. Alright. Oh man. So essentially, I need to mute myself. Good lord, I can't hear myself talk while talking. So this is just basically inspired by Grapefruit's game review streams, and I wanted to do the same but with music because I listen to any type of music there is, whether it's just like stuff like Ween, uh, Death Grips, or just fucking the most random video game OST you could think of. And when I see other channels doing stuff like this, it's usually just in albums and in very broad rankings and terms. So I just kind of want to get into the specifics of the songs themselves, because usually what would happen is someone would just like rank an album and it would just be awful across the board, but then there would just be this one song that's an absolute banger, and an example of that would be one of Rich Brian's songs. Don't know if that's still his name, he's changed it a few times, but one of his songs, Kids, was insanely good. And the rest I really didn't enjoy, but just that song really stuck out to me. And I feel like when you miss out on that vagueness, when you miss out on that specific details, when you just review the album as a whole, I feel like you miss out on a lot. Oh man, sorry, I had to take a drink. Anyways, this is not something you should just be actively watching. It's just something that you put on in the background, much like Grapefruit's game review streams. Like, I'm just gonna be literally looking at a white screen this entire time, just giving my thoughts as to why I like the song or hate it, and why I gave it the rank it has. The ranks are different than what most people usually do. A 5 out of 10 is considered good in my eyes, because when people start saying like 8 out of 10 is like when it starts getting good, you only have 2 extra like numbers to work with, and that's not really that fun to deal with because they all start varying at such different levels. You shouldn't compare the ranks to other songs. It's just like rough estimates. It's not something to be taken too seriously. I think that's about it. Like, if you want to get more details out of this, I'd say just read the specifics on screen right now if you care that much about what I think. But, I'll just get started now. Honestly, I'm just doing this for myself more than anything, because, like, I would just go back to, like, 4 years ago when I first started this playlist and just really wonder why the hell did I add this song, and I guess now's a better time than ever 4 years later to finally crack down on as to why I enjoyed it and give an actual explanation. Alright, starting with The Villain I Appear to Be, the first song in my playlist. We're starting with my YouTube playlist, and we're gonna work up towards the end of that, and then I'll go to my SoundCloud playlist, and after that, Tidal playlist. And once that starts happening, then I'll start ranking, like, every song that I've listened to, which is gonna take a long, long time. So The Villain I Appear to Be, I first heard this from Diamond Jack. It's a really cool animation that kind of blew up back then. It currently has 42 million views from 7 years ago. That's kind of insane. Literally just uploaded 2 bangers and then just disappeared forever. I mean, I'm not gonna be ranking it with the animation, just kind of solely the song. I really like how it just variates in, like, tension and speed and everything. So honestly, it's good. I'm gonna give that a solid 5, honestly. It's nothing insane, but it's nice to listen to. Old TV Americas. I remember playing this game when it first came out, and Markiplier made a video on it. One of the better songs. I genuinely couldn't help myself just tapping to the rhythm, and sometimes that killed me, honestly, and sometimes, most of the time, it actually helped me because I'd be clicking at like 0.3 seconds usually, but that stopped me all the way down to like 0.7 to click on the beat. It's kind of good. It's nothing crazy. Like, as a song itself, it's kind of good. It's very, like, repetitive, though. It only changes just in the background. But the vocals and beat are usually the same up until the end. Titanic, the John song. My god. Only reason I added this was because it was just kind of funny. But it did have actually decent, like, sounds. This was before JonTron was, like, outed as a racist or whatever the hell happened. So I hopefully I don't get shit for that. Honestly, if I, like, just looking at it, like, even with, like, the nostalgia of, like, watching JonTron back in those days, his prime, I mean, it's not bad, I guess. It's alright. Alright, Fever the Ghost. From Source. I'm gonna say I originally listened to this song from Felix. Ah, damn it. From Felix Colgrave's animation. Turn on text wrap for that. Alright. Yeah, genuinely a pretty good song, I am not gonna lie. I've just been a fan of Felix Colgrave's animations, and back then, I don't know why I'm saying back then, this was 10 years ago. He started doing music videos a little bit more for these bands. And it started off really strong with Source, but I think he got in some controversy with another band because they didn't credit him whatsoever and anywhere, and they really started shitting on the band or the artist. Which honestly, yeah, deserved, because there is no reason you should not be, like, crediting the people who made the animation for you. But as for the song itself, it's genuinely pretty good. It's got a lot of, like, variants. Undertale dummy. Ah, my lord. Hitting my ass with the Undertale OST. Man, those times were sure strange. 9 years ago, though. It's crazy. One of the better songs in Undertale. Not one of the best, not really, like, up there in the top 10, honestly, but it's very solid. Toby Fox is honestly only really getting better as time goes on. At first, the Deltarune OST didn't really hit me, but as of now, it's really starting to like get to me. The like jazziness of Dummy is what really got me more than anything, and then that little like segment where it's just that little tiny chip tune sound just by itself, and then it like kicks back in. It's pretty nice. I'll say it's very good. Or should I say, honestly, I kind of feel like saying it's a 6, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6. It's pretty damn good for just like a regular boss fight. Sometimes that's not even sometimes geez, I cannot talk right now. For YouTube error. Oh, it's just because of bitrate. For a boss that's not even gonna be guaranteed to show up, it has a really good song, which is kind of funny. Anyways, Pair of Stellar Cat Groove. It's been a long time since I've last heard this. I'm gonna give it a quick listen. Oh, it's one of these like... Oh, wow. It's like an electric swing type of song. It's honestly pretty alright. Nothing really crazy. I don't know why, but I was very into like this type of genre's music for a bit, because usually back then it was just like you got the old-timey music and then the new-time music, where it has like much more of these electric and digital sounding sounds. So when I first heard them start being combined, it was really interesting to hear. But if I had to give it a rating nowadays, I'd say it's like... I'm gonna be real. It's gonna be a solid 4. It's just very flat across the board. Very, like, consistent sounding. Doesn't really get too crazy with it. It's just mostly the same instruments, same sounds, just for a solid 4 minutes. It doesn't do anything crazy or anything bad. It's just very alright. Bo N, miss you. My lord. Bo N. Don't even know how I found this guy, honestly. He just appeared one day. And, his song, My Time for Amori, just randomly appeared. And I was like, what the hell's Amori? And this was like back when Amori first got its first trailer. Like a year later, so it only had like a couple 100,000 views at most, instead of like the millions it might have nowadays. It's kind of crazy. My time, not My Time, Miss You. It's honestly not that bad. It's just a really nice song to just chill out with, and it does have its like exciting moments, and the electronic sounds are honestly not that bad. It's a very like go-lucky song, honestly, but also like it has that slight sadness because it's, you know, Miss You. With a song title like that, it's kind of gonna be a bit melancholy. I guess. I mean, it's kind of good. I'd give that a 4.5. Funks in the Hood. Oh my god, TF2 parody song. What kind of guy does that? What kind of loser puts a TF2 parody song in his playlist? Anyways, I was very young and impressionable. Honestly, it's genuinely not that bad. Funk was starting to like learn how much talent he had in music and animation at the time, and apparently he was in a pretty bad place with his roommates or whatever. I don't really remember the specifics, but looks like he's been doing a lot better for himself, thankfully. And I don't know, I feel like he's always just been the black sheep or whatever that meaning is in the TF2 community because of the whole like death of an art style video where it was like very volatile or irresponsibly made. But it's nice to see that he branched out of TF2, even though honestly now that I look at it in retrospect, he wasn't really just exclusively looking at TF2, just rather the aspects of it. I don't know how to explain it better, but that's the only way I can really say. As for the tunes themselves, it's a pretty funny shitposty song if you get the context of it, but as the actual song, like, would I listen to this on the regular? Not really. I'm gonna give it a 4. Fucking an actual song on par with Funk's TF2 shitpost song. That's kind of funny, but like I said, just don't take these ratings too seriously. It's not that deep. Anyways, oh, I forgot to say recommended. Do I recommend Villain I Appear to Be? Honestly, yeah. Do I recommend Sleeping and Waving? I mean, some people might be into it, so, yeah. Do I recommend it if you're, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah to Titanic JonTron. Only if you're a JonTron fan. Fever the Ghost? Absolutely. Genuinely a pretty decent song. Like, pretty good. Let's see, Dummy. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pavlov Cat Groove. It's the type of song to scare the hoes away. I'm gonna be real, so I'm gonna say no. Miss You. It's actually not that bad. Would I recommend it? Nah. I mean, yeah. Another song that you put on to scare the hoes away, as they say. Yeah, no. But I'll say in the notes, yes, if you are into TF2 and its community trauma. Alright, Kira Kira Bonito Flamingo. I found this because of Bird's wacky little animation that used this song. Genuinely kind of fun to listen to. It's just a very like happy, nice song. Never really paid attention to the lyrics too much, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like some really sad like song. Anyways, it's just a very just nice song to listen to. Kira Bonito has been good with that, and I remember seeing her doing like a Death Grips cover. That was pretty funny to hear. Genuinely a pretty noteworthy song, I am not gonna lie. Yeah, what it does good. Do I recommend it? Sure. Cuphead, actual peak when it comes to video game OST. Floral Fury is one of my personal favorites in the entire OST, originally, when the DLC didn't come in, and it's not definitively my top 1 Cuphead song, anymore, but it's still like tied up there with the DLC as well. Absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, like one of the main reasons I started learning trumpet, just the way like those wind instruments just really start kicking in. And then that little tribal sounding like call. I don't really know how to describe it. I am not a music guy, by the way. I literally just listen to music. Like, I'm just a regular ass dude. Just, it's just so good sounding. Like, I'm currently listening to all of these songs that I'm ranking in the background. I have my desktop audio muted so that you don't have to, like, so you can, like, just put something on in the background or while you're doing stuff. And also so I don't get copyrighted out the ass. Yeah, that like wind instrument solo, just man, and then it just keeps building up and building up. Then it finally releases towards the end. It's just genuinely peak. I just have to give it. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5. Just as a song itself as well. Like, it's genuinely a phenomenal song. Threatened Zeppelin. One of the better songs. I don't know why I only had 2 songs from Cuphead. I enjoyed a lot of them. I guess I was really only putting songs I really, really liked back then, or like just for nostalgia reasons. I think the reason I put this song in here is because like of how much like variance it had, how unique it was. Like it would start off fast and then slow down and then go back up and then get more intense. I don't like it as much as Floral Fury, but it's a great song. I'll be honest. Whale Trail mobile game music video. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't even know if many people even remember Whale Trail. It's such an old game. When you just listen to this song by itself, it's just a very nice, like, happy song to listen to, but then, when you really start getting into the lyrics, it's pretty weird. It's almost as weird as the music video itself. Like, just, but, okay, but, like, in the end, it's a pretty alright song. Nothing crazy. I really like the, very soft melody, and then the way it just, like, very like slowly but just like softly ramps up into just like a very just happy and energetic sound. Genuinely kind of a pretty decent song for what it is. If I had to give it a rating, I'm gonna say 4.5. Like, those lyrics are really throwing me off, dude. I'm gonna be real. It's just like, it's kind of weird. That's the only way I could describe it. Do I recommend it? By the way, when I say do I recommend the song, I mean give it a listen. I might as well type that out right now. Let's see. When I say do I recommend these songs, I mean whether or not you should give them a listen. This is a motivational song. Like, who the hell thought of these lyrics? It's like someone just like doing a metal song and it's like, this is a metal song. like halfway through the song. It's kind of just weird. But it's like, it's so goofy that I honestly might just give it a yes, in all honesty, just because of that. Sea of Voices, Porter Robinson. First introduction to Porter Robinson. Honestly, huge fucking nerd music. I'm gonna be real. Like, very goofy, over the top, like, nerd music. It's like very dramatic, but doesn't really diminish the quality of the song for me personally. Like, it's just very nice and dramatic and just very in your face sometimes. So much build up. It's literally like 3 minutes of build up for that drop. And honestly, it's just a very good sounding overall. I might honestly give it a 5. It's good. Do I recommend it? Sure. Transistor We All Become. I did not expect this game to have this good of an OST when I played it back then. When I first got my PlayStation 4, just found this, we found this game called Transistor, and it's like, oh, that looks pretty neat. And damn, little did I know, this game was gonna have some bangers. I don't even know if I finished the game. I just remember like being stuck on a screen and being like, well, guess I'll never play this ever again. But We All Become, one of the way better songs in the game. It is like something you should really take note of. It's one of the first songs I've listened to, I think, from an indie game. Is this an indie game? Let me look that up actually. Is Transistor an indie game? Yes, it is considered an indie game. Okay, yeah. It's one of the first indie games that I played that actually had very high quality music back then. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. It's genuinely great. Gold Leaf. I don't really remember Gold Leaf, honestly. Oh, it's this very slow. It's a very slow song. Pretty good. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It's just a very nice background audio song. Oh. Anyways. Oh, my mom's going crazy with it in the background. Good grief. I don't know why she always wants to yell as close to my door as possible. Anyways. Very slow, nice song. Nothing to complain about, honestly. I give it a yes. Downwell, genuinely one of the best mobile games I have ever played to date. And its OST is honestly pretty good. When I first saw Grapefruit reach this part, the Aquifer, he just called it like budget. What was that Donkey Kong Country song called? How am I forgetting it? Aquatic Ambience, yeah. Budget Aquatic Ambience. And I'm not gonna lie, that got me a little, like, if I'm being completely real, that got me a little tilted for a bit. But only for like 1 second. I think it's alright. It's pretty good. It's very good for what they were able to like accomplish. It's very good. 5.5. Do I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. I thought it would just be like a 30-second loop, but then like after the first minute, It just changes, and then it just keeps getting better and better as time goes on. Let me check my audio real quick. Alright. Limbo, Broken Ghost. From Downwell. This song had me stressing, I am not gonna lie. It's like not... Oh man. Sorry I had a belch there. It's not an intense song, it's just that like... It's just kind of stressful to listen to when you're on that last floor right before the boss, but kind of captures like the Minecraft end style where it's like kind of all broken up and this nothingness. Honestly, I kind of enjoy it. I'm gonna give it a solid 5. Say yes, I do recommend it. Blonde Boys Indigo. So unfortunate what happened. But anyways, it's just a very funny shitposty song. What would I rate it? Honestly, it's just fun to listen to. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. I don't know why, but my brother just like decided to like fucking break my door down for half a second. Anyways. Let's see. Blonde Boys, just a really goofy song, very fun. Honestly, it's not bad, honestly. I'm gonna be real. I'll give it a 4.5. It's got its comedic moments. It's very funny. Ethan Klein's just wow. I have not heard of H3H3 in years. All I know is that he's been doing a podcast recently. Genuinely a really good song. Very nice. I'm gonna give it a 5.5. Just very soft, very relaxing. Do I recommend it? Yeah, of course. Release Yourself, White Woods. Honestly, back then I really enjoyed it, but as of now, it's just kind of very generic. It's like one of the first songs I listened to with this type of like tune, where it's like this very laid back, just like old-timey like music. Not old-timey, not like very old-timey like 50s, but like 90s or 2000s. But I'm gonna be real, it's not bad, I guess. It's just you know what, nah, I feel like I should give it a higher rank. It is good. I feel like I'm being too harsh on it. Do I recommend it? Yeah, honestly. Beach Walk. Pyrocynical's old outro before he became outed as a degenerate. And making all the slop. Kind of the same thing with Release Yourself, I'm gonna be real. But I kind of enjoy Beach Walk a bit more personally, but I'll still just give it a 5. It's good. Main Lorette Party. Wow. A lot of nostalgia with this song. remember watching Adventure Time when cable was still kind of a widely used thing. And this song came in, and it was honestly kind of a banger. I'm gonna be real. By itself, it is a good song. I'll be real. Yeah, give it a. I'll recommend it. Whitewoods x Biggie Beach Walk. I don't know how I found this. I think it just appeared one day and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I guess I'll put it in my playlist. It's honestly very cheesy. But it's pretty unique. I'll give it a 4.5. Do I recommend it? I mean, despite it being interesting, I'll give it an... Nah, sure. I guess should check it out a little bit. It's honestly not that bad. Maximalist Baths. I don't know why. I really liked the song back then. Like, it really hit. I don't know why. I guess it was just the type of sound that I really wanted to, like, hear, but I didn't know existed. I mean, now that I'm giving it a now that I'm listening to it again, I don't know. It's a good song. I feel like it does what it does very good. It's just that very, like, nice, like, crunchy, relaxing, but also, like, it's not afraid to get, like, go hard at certain times. And those, like, weird random vocal samples. It is a very good song. Do I recommend it? Yes. Minecraft. What kind of fucking guy puts Minecraft in his playlist? Hagstorm. Honestly, I would put the entire fucking Minecraft OST if I could. I genuinely just think it's one of the best. Just the best game OSTs for its own game. I don't think any other sound could represent what Minecraft is more than C418. Hagstorm. Song everyone associates with, like, those rainy days. I'm gonna be real. Give it in a 6.5. Yes, I do in fact recommend it. Did I spell recommend right? I did not spell that right. Let me fix that. There we go. Turn off text wrap for that. Alright. Minecraft. Wow. Peak naming, if you will. One of the more iconic songs. Let's see. Honestly, yeah, I would put this above Hagstorm. I'm gonna be real. It's just great in many ways. Yes, absolutely, I recommend. It's just great by itself as a song as well. Sonic Mania OST, Studiopolis. Would have put more Sonic Mania songs, but Studiopolis really stood out to me back then. So because Albino, the funny Fortnite guy back in the day, did it for his Fortnite compilation. I remember when he used to do those, and he used this song, and it just really, like, caught my eye for some reason. Genuinely a banger. No other way to say it. I'm kind of like broken between a 6.5 and a 7. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I'm gonna be real. Absolutely a recommend. The Sonic Mania opening. I don't know why this caught my eye. Maybe because of like how high energy it was. Just a really fun song, and especially with like the animation it comes with. And it uses like really simple beats sometimes, but it just does it really well. I'll give it a. I'm gonna give it a 5. It's actually not a 5. 5.5. It's very good. Actually, you know what? No, I'll give it a 5. Alright. Theme of a really cool bird. Put this in just because I thought no one else was gonna find this song ever. Used to have like a decent amount of views back then, but now it's at 3.7 million, and I did enjoy the song. Nothing. It was kind of crazy just to see like an original song just randomly appear, and I'm like, oh cool, where'd they take this song from? And apparently they made it themselves. First time I've ever seen something like that happen. And it's kind of what leads me to like all the other later songs that are gonna be on my playlist. Just me searching out those people who just make random bangers and then just disappear forever. Honestly, very solid song. I'll give it a 5.5. It's very good. That flute and guitar pair really nicely together somehow. I don't know how they did it. Rhythm Heaven Fever, my lord. Remix 10. I have listened to this way too much. And I haven't even played a Rhythm Heaven game. I probably should. One of my favorite things with this remix is just how often it just changes. It isn't just like this consistent just beat. It's just really fun to listen to. I don't know. I'll just give it a 5. It's good. There's no other way to describe it. Do I recommend it though? Honestly, no. Or should I say yeah? Yeah, no. I I don't really recommend listening to it by itself. It's just like a very solid song within the game itself, but by itself, it's just alright. Alright, Alice Pogo. SpongeBob used to be here, but it got taken down. I might add it later. Anyways. Essentially what Pogo does is just like take clips from any show or movie and then just like make music with that with a very simple beat. And it's usually like giving a very nostalgic and like slow feel to it. I mean, I'm just really surprised by how decent it is. I'm gonna be honest. Usually when people do this, it's like very jank and amateur, but Pogo does it really well. And this was 17 years ago when he uploaded this. That's crazy. It is very good. I'm gonna be real. Do I recommend it? I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I'm gonna just say depends. Some people may like it while others won't. Alright. Plaster Brain. Oh my lord. Oh, I missed a song. I missed Sushi Killer Zora. I'll just put out that later, honestly. I'm too tired to do that. Alright, Plaster Brain. Actually, wait, can't I just... Oh, I can. Alright, hold on. Insert a row below. Let's see. Sushi Killer Sora YouTube. First time I see someone use a sound pad or whatever they call those. The one, it's like a square with a bunch of circles that you can like assign sounds to, and you can make music with it. I really found it interesting because he was using an NES controller, out of all things, to control the sound. Maybe he's just trolling, but I really liked this song for its like game sounding chiptune like aesthetic with like along with real instruments. And it really starts building up, and then it's just a really unique sounding song back then. It still kind of is nowadays. It's a noteworthy song, I'm gonna be real. Do I recommend it? Honestly, yes. It's kind of a banger. Plaster Brain. Nimbasa Core. I just remember an animation YouTube using this as an outro, and they got in hot water because they were doing a political video where they basically gaslighted their viewers or something. Honestly, it feels like a very chronically online song. It's just like very like ADHD inducing. It's not bad though, it's honestly pretty good. It is very good. Do I recommend it? Depends. Kind of a chronically online sounding song. Island Song, Come Along With Me. Wow. Oh, I missed another song. I missed El Scorch Shot. It didn't show up in my playlist before because I think it's unlisted. Or used to be. This is after Plaster Brain, so now I had to add one below. El Scorch Shot. It's also by Funk. God, another TF2 parody song. What kind of loser does that? Anyways. Honestly, I didn't think this song was too bad. I'm gonna be real. So, I'm gonna say depends for here. I'm gonna be real, because, like, yes, if you're into TF2 and its community trauma. This was when Funk was getting more into it, like later into his career. So it's a bit more solid overall than Funk's in the Hood. So I'm gonna say 4.5. I don't know why it does that. Depends. Like I said, yes, if you're into TF2 and its community drama. Alright. Adventure Time Island Song, Come Along With Me. This song would bring some of the strongest men to their knees. Genuinely such a phenomenal song. I did not expect something to hit so fucking hard when Adventure Time ended. I went from like a legitimate like toddler to like a grown man by the time Adventure Time ended. And this song kind of just like wrapped it all together very, very nicely. I still have yet to watch the Obsidian Islands series and then like the Fiona sub-series, but it's just, this song is just, it just hits so hard. I mean, even without the context, like, it's just kind of a banger. It's just great in many ways. A solid 7. Yes, I do recommend it. Lone Digger, Caravan Palace. I'm pretty sure this gave some people a furry awakening. Oh my lord, 421 million views. That is way higher than when I first found it. Good grief. So many people found this through, like, adult sites, apparently. And they were like, wow, hey, this song's actually pretty banger. It is honestly very good. It's like the best of its genre, in all honesty. I'll be real, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. It's just really good. Justice, Dance. I don't really hear about Justice very much. When I do, though, it's like just very randomly out of nowhere. I think I've only heard like other people talk about it like 3 times ever, 4 times ever since I first found out about Justice. Genuinely a great song, though. I really like the high, like, electric instruments, high energy electric instruments. I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna give it a, it's just genuinely such a fucking banger. I'm giving it a 7. Yeah, I do recommend it. It's just a great song. Jellyfish Jam, good grief. It's such a goofy fucking song. I'm just gonna give it a solid, like, 4.5. It's kind of good. Do I recommend it? No, I'm gonna be real. It's just so overwhelmingly generic. Like, by itself, it's just there for the shitpost. Yes, as a shitpost song. CMYK Color Index. I found this because of Valve News Network, of all things. It's honestly just very tame. Just a very nice, tame song. Doesn't go for these, like, crazy, like, solo guitar, like, bits or anything crazy. Most it does is just like a solo, like, synth thing or whatever, or digital keyboard segment. It's good. Not much else to say. Yes, I do recommend it. Space Hamster theme. I don't even watch Space Hamster. I just found their theme and I was like, hey, that's actually pretty good. Reminds me of like Little Big Planet karting somehow. Uh, yeah, it's just very high energy, very like, I'm gonna be honest, like YouTube child, not really YouTube child friendly music, but it's just like, you can tell it's like a YouTuber theme. It's kind of funny. Uh, oh my lord, I misspelled it again. I said weather instead of, I added an extra H to weather. Uh, it's pretty good for what it is. I'm gonna be real, 4.5, it's kind of good. Yeah, I do recommend it. Fried noodles, pink guy slash Joji. Kind of crazy to think there's people who know Joji but don't know about his pink guy music. That's funny as fuck. Uh, hmm. I mean, for it being a shitpost song, it was honestly really, really good. It was just so, like, surprisingly well made for something like his type of content and the type of, like, people to make. Um, the lyrics are kind of vulgar, but I don't know, I'm kind of stumped on how to rank it. It's good, I'm gonna be honest. Yes, I do recommend it. Pumped Up Kicks, the funny song. I don't really have much to say about it besides funny school shooter song. Uh, Not really a type of song I would expect Foster the People to make. Honestly, that it was very random, but not much else to say. I'd give it a 6. I'm gonna be real. It's just a solid banger. Somebody that I used to know. I think there's a very, very good reason as to why it blew up as hard as it did, and that's because it's genuinely just peak. Just the way everything is done. The way it not only gives, like, the male side of the situation, it gives the female side, and it gives you these both of the perspectives as to why, like, things happened in the song. It's basically an entire story in 4 minutes with, like, genuine banger instrumentals and very unique instrumentals. I still come back to this song even after all this time. It's just, I'll be honest, it's up there with the best. It's a 9. It's a very normie opinion to say, oh man, somebody I used to know, it's so good. That's because it literally is. Fireflies, such a funny song. Oh my lord. It's so corny. It's unbelievable. But overall, despite the corniness, I mean, it's honestly a really good song, surprisingly. Okay, you know what? I just heard, like, him start talking, and I'm gonna bring that down to a 5. Mr. Blue Sky Electric Light Orchestra. I don't even know when I first heard this song. I think I heard it from a movie. Probably Grown Ups, the one with Adam Sandler. I don't remember, but the song was honestly kind of banging. I'm gonna be real. Very overused nowadays, but it's still just a really great song. Hey, yeah. Um, Genuinely kind of an exceptional song. Man. Eerie Her. I mean, it's alright. Depends. If you're into that e-girl aesthetic type of music. I mean, the only reason I even have this song here is because of literally just of a shitpost video 1884 did, or 1886 did, with the Tiny Head Kingdom bear. I mean, he's literally the entire reason I even have the bear plushie right next to me right now, IRL. Inchman, the non-extended version. Like motivation, the clockwork energy. Yeah. The song really like hit. I don't know why. Actual banger somehow. I'm just kind of confused. I was very confused with Jack Stauber's music back then. It was just very weird to see something of that aesthetic. It was extremely like unique and of its time. If I had to give it a rank, I mean, like for 30, it's only 30 seconds. I mean, it's cool. I'll give it a 5. No, I do not recommend listening to it because there is an extended version available. I think I'm only gonna go up to like Buttercup and then I'll end it here for the day. I haven't like added too many. I have like 1,000 songs I have to rank before I start ranking like songs that are not within it. Alright, Rocket Jump Waltz. The one with the heavy in it, not the instrumentals only. I mean, Rocket Jump Waltz itself is generally kind of a great song, but the remix, I kind of like it more. It just gives it that extra kick. It's kind of good. It's very good. Depends if you're a TF2. Okay, man. If you're a TF2 fan. Hoda. Beyond generic sounding, but it's very funny. It's not bad. Do I recommend it? Depends. If you're a TF2 fan, yep. Intergalactic Planetary Beastie Boys. I was planning on listening to Beastie Boys, never got to it. Man. Kind of a banger, I'm gonna be real. Solid 7.5. That would make it truly exceptional. And that's because it is. And the music video is just really funny. I absolutely recommend this song. Actual banger. Goodbye to a World. Absurdly corny. It's so like over dramatic, over the top, and just corny, but honestly, if I'm being honest, it's not a bad song. It's very decent. I would say man, that's kind of hard. I guess I'll give it a 5, in all honesty. Alright, do I recommend it? I'll just say depends. It's, it's a bit over the top and corny. Like, Porter Robinson makes, like, very over the top, corny shit, but it's what makes him him. It's genuinely not bad. It's pretty good. Ocean Man. Yep, SpongeBob song. I mean, even by itself, it's generally just a great song. A solid 7 out of 10. Not much else I need to say. Yep, I absolutely recommend it. Sad Machine. Honestly, man. Now that I'm listening to it again, do I like this more than good? I know I'm not supposed to be comparing the rankings, but like, it's just on a scale of enjoyment. Like, did I really like it more than Goodbye to a World? Honestly, I kind of feel the same. It's a bit corny and over the top. Shelter Bow and that is not what I read. That is Porter Robinson Shelter. The famous, very sad anime short video. Honestly, I like it more than those other songs, so I'm gonna say it's very good. It's the type of I'm gonna be honest. I'll just say depends. It's a bit corny over at the top. Actually, you know what? No, I think Shelter. I'll recommend Shelter. It's good. I'll change this to depends. My Time, Bo, and the Amori song. I didn't even know what the hell Amori was back then when I first found this song. I showed it to a couple of friends when it first released, and they're like, hey, this song's pretty neat. Boy, oh boy, I wonder what the fuck they do think of me now. Because I am not an Amori fan. I don't think I'll ever will be, but I do respect what they did. I don't really like the creator, just as a person, I'm gonna be real. But the composer is generally really good, both Bowen and the person who makes the actual in-game like music for the fights and background. Like, White Surf style goes kind of hard. My Time, it's very corny. It's like a Mario Kart song sometimes. It's very over the top. Kind of pretentious, I'm gonna be real. I'll be real. I don't really enjoy this song. I'll be honest. It's not bad, but it's not good. I honestly don't recommend it. Buttercup. there we are. 1 hour and 10 minutes in, and I ranked, wow, 55 songs. That's actually way more than I thought I would get to in 1 hour. Buttercup. Some people fucking love this song. Like, they think it's the best song ever to exist in existence. It's kind of insane how much people love this. Oh, man. I mean, it's not my favorite. Like I said, Jack Stauber has like chronically online genre. Like, that's the only way I can really describe it. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's pretty good. It warms up on you if you don't like it. But I mean, I'll just say it's a very good song, I will admit. Do I recommend it? Yes. And I'm gonna end it there. A lot of fives, because a lot of songs in my playlist were songs that I used to enjoy or still currently enjoy. I think we'll start seeing like twos and like 1.5s eventually, but I doubt that's coming anytime soon. I don't plan on doing this every day, probably like once a week, maybe twice a week if I feel like it. But it's just nice to finally get to this because it's something I've wanted to done for a while. And I doubt anybody's gonna be watching this because I am not like as like recognizable as Grapefruit, obviously, but it's more for me more than anything. I don't really care. Alright, I'll end it.